The paramedics were halfway through loading my wife Eleanor into the ambulance when the shrieking started. Her oxygen mask was on, her vitals being monitored, when Dolores Kensington, the HOA president, appeared, charging across my lawn in her signature purple blazer and heels, waving a clipboard. "Stop everything right now," she shouted. "You are in violation of Section 4.2 of the Maple Grove HOA bylaws." The paramedics froze for a moment, confused. I didn't freeze. I stepped between Dolores and my wife, who was struggling to breathe. "That emergency vehicle is not approved for entry." Dolores jabbed her finger at the ambulance. The lead paramedic looked at her as if she were insane. "Mom, we're responding to a 911 call. This woman needs immediate medical attention." But Dolores didn't back down. She pulled out her phone, started recording, and threatened to call HOA security to have them arrested for trespassing. By the end of the week, Dolores would be the one arrested for obstructing emergency services and public endangerment. Let me back up and explain how we got here. I'm Daniel Patterson, 37, a financial consultant working from home. My wife Eleanor, 35, has a heart condition. We moved to Maple Grove Estates 3 years ago, thinking it was the perfect quiet neighborhood. But we were wrong. Maple Grove has 120 homes, all with beige or light gray paint and a strict OA. And ruling over it all was Dolores Kensington, a retired corporate compliance officer who treated the HOA like her own kingdom. That morning started like any other until Eleanor suddenly grabbed her chest and couldn't breathe. I called 911. When the ambulance arrived, I felt a sense of relief, but then Dolores showed up. She screamed at the paramedics, accusing them of violating HOA rules as they tried to save my wife's life. When Eleanor was stabilized at the hospital, I returned home exhausted only to find an HOA violation notice taped to my door. The fine started $150 for curb damage, $200 for unsightly medical equipment on the lawn, and $500 for failing to notify the HOA about the ambulance. Things escalated further. Dolores posted security footage accusing us of faking the emergency to avoid a landscaping inspection. Finally, I installed my own cameras and began documenting everything. The truth came out. Dolores had been operating the HOA under an expired charter for 2 years. Everything she had done was legally invalid. In the end, Dolores was arrested and charged with interference with emergency services. The HOA had to settle, and Dolores was sentenced to 18 months in prison. If you believe in standing up to injustice, hit like, subscribe, and share this story. Let's spread real accountability.